without further ado, he is so empathetic. You know him as Jasper. It is Jackson Rathbone. Soft drink. Thank you so much.
It's very soft. It's kind of hard.
That's true. That's true.
But did you say empathetic or pathetic?
No, he's just empathetic. Simply the coolest
What's up,
guy around.
Oklahoma City? How y'all doing? Let's bring out some even better people.
Do you want to introduce?
Oh my God, yes.
You know her.
Yes, I love this woman so much. She can see the future and she sees it. It looks very bright here in Oklahoma City. Ladies and gentlemen, Ashley Greene.
She knows the winning lottery number. She knows the winning lottery number. He is the world's best dad. Also, probably a doctor that does some illegal things. You know him as Carlisle. It's Peter Facinelli. Welcome. Thank you for being here. And last but certainly not least, he fought a bear once. Hide your eggs. You know him. You love him. It is Kellan Lutz. Do you remember last time someone literally dressed as eggs?
We have a bag of eggs out here. Stand up, bag of
I
eggs.
want to
Stand
see
up.
him.
Stand up. Take a bow. Take. Oh, it's hot. Oh.
There are the eggs.
What's going on, Oklahoma City? There's a debate going on. By show of hands, Texas barbecue or Oklahoma barbecue? So Texas barbecue, raise your hand. Oklahoma barbecue, raise your hand.
It's pretty even.
What's the difference? Like it's like
One
Tex-Mex
dry,
and
one
Texas?
wet.
Okay, listen. All right. Let me talk to you about barbecue. Hold on. We're going to sit down for a second.
Take your time.
I'm just kidding. Okay, so what we're going to do now is we're going to talk to you guys about what you want to know, right? So you got some questions. We got Witchy over here. She's going to lead us in this. Oklahoma City, y'all are beautiful. Thank you so much for being here. Let's party, yeah? We ready? Okay, we got a little Twilight panel going on. Let's rock and roll. Come on. Texas brisket, it's amazing.
I'm a Tennessee barbecue person myself. Anyways, we'll talk about that later. But
You say Tennessee barbecue?
yes,
Now what's the difference with that?
they like cook it in the ground for like 30 minutes, like 30 days or something.
Okay.
It's like dry.
And
Anyways,
like the Twilight clock is
Jackson
ticking.
did so much work to try and put us back in the role.
I tried.
Sorry, guys, that took us off track.
Well, thank you so much for coming here. Is it anybody's first time in Oklahoma City? Oh.
I have a question. How's the barbecue?
Barbecue here is so good. I got that barbecue. I used to play in a band called 100 Monkeys, and so I got to tour through here in Oklahoma City and Tulsa, and y'all Okies are dope, man.
Yeah.
Y'all party and you're cool. I dig it. Yeah.
Okay, see?
Okay, sick.
Well, I know that usually when you do conventions, you just see the con table, you see the beautiful audience, you see your hotel room, you go back, you do it again until you have to leave. With this con, we just talked about the wonderful eggs that we just saw. Have you seen any other Twilight cosplays that have stuck out
I've
to
seen
you?
some Alice ones.
I've seen a lot of
Alice
Alice,
ones.
yeah, which I
I love
always love
Alice.
seeing so much. The baseball, it's generally the baseball scene. And it just makes me so happy because that scene was so hard for us to shoot, but it turned out so wonderfully. It's like everyone's favorite scene, and it just kind of speaks to movie magic and what you see on set versus what you see on screen.
I think it's a metaphor for life, to be honest.
Oh, is it?
Because you know, this scene, the baseball scene, was very difficult to shoot, and so we got there. It was the first 3 days of filming Twilight, and when we got there, we had rehearsed all week long. Playing baseball with each other, getting to know each other, and then the final day was like the day, you know, first grade school. Everyone has nerves, and we get there, and it's kind of raining, and makeup's running, and I remember turning to Elizabeth Reeser, and she was like, "You look terrible." I was like, "Yeah, I know, you look terrible. I look like a wet Ronald McDonald. I don't know what's going on." And so with blonde hair, and then everybody was shivering, and at one point we all were huddled in a shed, and the director was like, yeah, just throw hats on people. You wear a hat, no hat for you, hat. And I was like, we shot 3 hours without hats, now we have hats. So we all went back to the hotel going, no one's gonna see this movie. This is terrible. And so the metaphor in life is, you never know. You never know. Because when I saw that movie in the theater, and all of a sudden the music, and then I was like, oh my God, this is the best scene ever. And it turned into this 3 days of us thinking it was a disaster into this beautiful scene. So the moral of the story is you never know.
Just keep going.
Y'all turned Muse
Just
from
keep swimming. Just keep swimming.
exactly. Y'all turned Muse from a rock band to that band from Twilight.
They probably loved that.
They probably bought 7 houses from that movie. So, well, last time we were together, I learned so much, specifically about one little thing called Eggward.
Oh yeah.
Never heard of it. What is this?
Exactly. Ashley showed me a wonderful meme of Edward Cullen as an egg. It is beautiful.
I almost ate it. It was great.
Yes, yes.
And Eggward is now dead.
Oh, rip. Are there any new memes or what is your favorite meme that you have seen?
I'm trying to get Carlisle off the
I
ground.
saw
That's what I'm
him-
trying to do.
What is this
I
shirt?
want Carlisle.
You with the crown on
So
it.
I'm trying to get that one off the ground.
I'd like
Or
to.
egg it.
I I saw a shirt with a crown, and he's like the king of the ratties, apparently.
The fandom named the Ratties.
Yeah.
I love that.
How many ratties? Do we know the ratties? I get more excited about ratties than barbecue. I love it.
We need shirts.
Well, we
No,
can
you're
barbecue
right.
some rats, you know. If you get down in where I come from in the panhandle of Texas, sometimes you gotta eat what you can eat, you know?
Very fair.
Yeah.
Put it on this earth,
Oh,
sometimes you gotta eat it.
y'all ain't never been hungry? Come on now.
Well, we already have such a wonderful line of people very excited to speak to y'all. So I'm gonna go ahead and turn it over to the audience. You can go ahead and introduce yourself and ask your question.
All right, hi, my name is Tim. So I'm sure all of you guys have read the book before doing the movie. But actually,
There's
particular-
books?
Yeah. Actually, in particular, would have probably been in that target demographic of young adult readers. And I was wondering, in 2005 when the book came out, were you aware of it? Had you read it? And for the rest of you guys, like, what were your kind of initial impressions?
No, Jackson definitely read it before I did.
I'm such a
He's-
target
He's
hog.
such a target.
I was looking for all the rats.
I didn't know about it, and I was pretty fresh into moving to LA, and I heard about it just because I was auditioning, but I instantly read it after that, and if I had known about it, absolutely would have been the target demo. I fell in love with the book. I read it in a day and was just as obsessed with it as the rest of you here, and kind of was dead set on being a part of it and knew that like this was something that I needed in my life, and without knowing it, kind of I think manifested the hell out of it and somehow managed to get the role of Alice. But yeah, I'm now like a big fantasy reader, so it's very much like in my wheelhouse.
Hey Ash, did your team want you to audition for Bella at all? Like, or was she cast already?
No, she wasn't cast, so I had auditioned for Bella first. Everybody
You did?
did, yeah, because the way that it works is they will do both the leads first and then they'll cast around them. So I had to audition for Bella, which I completely wasn't right for.
Did you read the books first? Like,
Oh, yeah.
did auditioning, were you like, I really don't, I want Alice, but
Yeah,
I'll
I always
audition.
loved Alice. Like, Alice was always my favorite. But, you know, the thing is, I loved Alice, but, like, everyone kind of wants to be the center of Edward's world. And so I would have been totally fine. You know? Where I was like, oh, wow, he loves this girl, and he's this hot vampire. So I would have been totally fine.
And do you feel like you're Bella?
Have you seen him run?
I didn't know it was Rob.
Put me down, Dad. Put me down.
Excuse me, I said Edward, not Rob. Let's get that very clear.
And to be fair, we all kind of ran.
Same.
And do you remember, so I'm piggybacking off that, for that Bella audition, did they remember you and bring you in for Alice, or did they, because like you, they loved you.
He was supposed to be Edward.
Yeah.
So, like, imagine
That'd be amazing.
You're
I
like,
would've
have
taken
you
it.
seen me run?
She said Eggward.
Edward and Bella.
Are we talking about barbecue still?
And
No, actually, I originally auditioned for Bella. That's how she got the lip bite, you know? That was me. No one knows this, but I was like, when I auditioned, I was like,
that's
and Catherine Hardwick was like, we gotta keep
Greene in people's head for the rest of their life.
You had coaching moments with Kristen Stewart backstage.
Yeah,
Like,
well,
this is how
actually,
you handle
technically,
it.
so I was auditioning for everybody, I think, in Hollywood auditioned for Edward. And so they brought me in. Catherine and I really connected. So I was on the short list for Edward. Short list. Thank you. He gets it because he's. Anyway. So they actually said, hey, we want to fly you to Philadelphia to go meet Kristen Stewart and read with her because we're really interested in her as Bella, and you'll be reading as Edward. So my first time ever in first class, super cool. I was like,
What was in Philadelphia? What was in Philadelphia? She was filming.
Yeah, so she was filming there. So Catherine Hardwick and I went out there and we read with her, and they loved her. And then they were like, we're gonna get the Harry Potter boy to be Edward. I said, wow, Daniel Radcliffe, that's cool. And they're like, no, the other one. And I was like, a redheaded? Edward, I didn't see. And they're like, no, the other one. And I'm like, I'm done, I don't care. But they were super sweet. And so Catherine offered me Jasper, and I said no. And then she said, read the book, and I said, I read the book, and Jasper's not in it, so I'm good, thank you. She said, no, read the next book. And I said, do I have to? She said, skip to the chapter Newborn in Eclipse. I read that, fell in love with Jasper, and that's why I'm here. Yeah. You had a completely different question, didn't you? Yeah.
Back to barbecue. Back to barbecue.
Fantastic
Let's get back to
question.
Thank you so much for your question. Hi
Yes,
there.
Jake!
Nice hat.
Love your hat.
Yeah, you can turn it down. There we go. Perfect.
My name is
Misha.
Greene. My mom, she loves Twilight, and she was too nervous to come up here, so I'm here for her.
Bravery.
Yeah, love you. So my question was, if you could play anyone else in the Twilight franchise, who would you pick and why?
Victoria.
She's just like complete opposite of Alice, and honestly, I wouldn't ever want to play anything other than Alice. I truly loved playing her. I got to show up every day and have the time of my life. But I feel like if I had to, I would do something completely opposite. And Rochelle Lefebvre did such a wonderful job in Twilight, creating this like feline vampire like essence about her that I also fell in love with that character. So I think if I had to, I would do that. But I would also never ever try and step into her shoes because I think she did such a phenomenal job.
I'll go with Alice.
He's like, so Ashley
love
sucked as
Alice.
Alice, and I'd take her.
I love Alice. Well, also she got to go to Italy in New Moon. And I was like, why doesn't Carlisle get to go to
And I
Italy?
get to
I was
pick
like, I
her.
know those guys. It made no sense to me that Carlisle. Where was Carlisle? What was he doing?
He was working the night shift in the ER.
I know, but like, hey,
Saving lives.
there's a family emergency and they have to do with the Volturi. I'm like, I've spent time with those guys. I know them. I can help.
Bro, she didn't even bring her husband, all right?
What are you doing in Italy, Alice?
Having the time of my life.
Why
You're
did
shopping.
Carlisle go to Italy?
I gotta go see the Volturi.
Scarf.
Let's get scarves.
I was stealing. I
Last
was
name
stealing
is
Porsche's.
Facinelli. I want to go to Italy. Thank you. Facinelli.
Carlisle.
This is what. It's because I became best friends with Bella. Thank you very much.
Jasper for life, dude. I had so much fun playing Jasper. I loved it. And then I might change. I might pick a different character if Peter Facinelli played Alice, but it'd just be too raw, you know. Too much There's children here. Let's not get too dirty. Come on now. I love your hat, by the way. I really do. Did you get that here?
No, my parents got it for me for my 9th birthday.
Mom, I love you. You're a great mom. Honestly, you rock. Good job.
Kellan, what about you?
Charlie would be fun. I think
Charlie here.
Thank you.
Thank you. Hi there.
Hi, my name is Helen.
Hi, Helen.
The Twilight movies are very, very strange because, like, especially.
Go on.
No,
Continue.
I have a question.
And speak on that.
This is the Twilight panel, you know that, right?
I say this out of love. Especially like the first movie, it's straddling so many things at once. Like you have like the heavy blue color grading and like the dramatic voiceover, but it's a high school love triangle, but also there's vampires playing baseball. And so I wanted to ask, like as actors, how was it communicated to y'all what tone to aim for or straddle?
I think you nailed it with strange. Have you met Catherine Hardwick?
Yeah.
Okay, freaks. Okay, here's what we're gonna do. Oh my God, Peter. Oh my God, you're gonna be here. Alice, I'm gonna kick that leg up there. It's great. So honestly, when you're doing movies, it's a little bit different than theater or television. The energy from the set comes directly from your director. So whatever that director's energy is, usually kind of transfers into the film itself. And I do think there's certain strangeness to Twilight, and I agree with you, but that's what I like about it. And that's what I think a lot of people love about it, because we're all a bunch of, like, unique individuals at heart, right? And we have maybe a bit of a sensibility to be a wallflower. And I think that's really what Twilight is about. It's about the beauty of the wallflowers, right? And I think it's cool that when we were promoting these films, you saw these families coming together, just connecting people, and I always ask them why, like what brought them together, and they just love these stories and they identified with these kind of outsider characters. And sometimes we feel like outsiders in our lives, but there's a lot of people who feel that way too. And so you connect with each other, and you form a community, and you're no longer an outsider. And I think that's what Twilight did for a lot of people, and for me as well. So.
We're kind of like the island of misfit toys, right?
I think also there's something about, like, there was so many different elements in this film, but when you're acting in a film, like, you're not necessarily playing anything, like, you work within the circumstances that you're given. And so we didn't necessarily have to adjust to the oddness or the weirdness. We just had to be kind of true to our characters within the context of the film, within what Catherine was creating. I mean, the cat thing was pretty weird, but apart from that...
We took cat classes.
Yeah, we had to take cat classes.
Hold on. Her vampire movement? Is that what it is?
Yeah, it was vampire
Tell
movement.
me more about that.
Well, Catherine had like an idea that our vampires are very feline-esque, so she wanted us to kind of move like feline-esque, so she got us all a cat class teacher to move like...
Was it really a teacher, or was it just to watch some YouTube videos?
No, it was a teacher in a class. There's a lot of purring and kind of like...
Cullen, did you not do the cat class? Like, Emmett does not behave like a cat.
I told Catherine, I'm like, Emmett's more bear, so he'll just stand there and look tough. And she's like, I love it.
That's how we got out.
That's how I got out. That's how
a joke that
how was your cat class?
Isaiah Jackson went in the litter box in the corner and we all bonded.
Come on, two little kicks and you're done. It's easy.
It was a very bonding moment, honestly, and it was kind of fun.
You go through trauma, and
yeah. Well, it's like you're looking silly together, so that if you trust each other,
Once you're
then
on set, you're good.
Yeah,
And
then
look
you can do
where we
it.
are, meow.
Thank you so much.
Great question.
Hello there.
Hey, speaking of Harry Potter, here we go.
Hi.
What's up?
Not much. Just chilling.
Rock and roll.
My name's Amanda, and my question's about the last movie.
that's how Pete, you say that line.
No, I was saying that for Kenner's waiting. So who's gonna watch it out, Amanda? And he's got Amanda from. He was Amanda.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Sorry, you have a question, and we're just being ADDs.
So, in the last movie, you guys obviously have the giant battle scene that nobody was expecting. How was it to film it? I mean, you lost your head. How was that whole experience?
I mean, when I read the movies, I was like, wait, this isn't in the books. Who did I piss off? Like, I didn't do anything to anybody. And then, I was like, oh, this is kind of cool, because in the books, it kind of culminates to everybody standing in a field and then walking away, and it was kind of anticlimactic. So I was like, oh, that's genius. But then I thought, oh, then I don't really get to do much action. And I was right, because everybody would go to work. And for like a week, I was sitting in my hotel room watching like Judge Judy, and they would come home, and they'd be like, "Oh my God, it was so much fun, and we did this thing, and we do flips." And I was like, "Yeah." I mean, my head got cut off so fast. And like everybody, so I was sitting there. But the trade-off was at the premiere. It was really cool because like there was this audible gasp, and like it was kind of fun. I kind of got nervous because like everybody, the whole room was so tense, and my daughter was crying. I was like, "It's okay." We weren't allowed to tell anybody. I couldn't even tell my own daughter. I should have prepared her. Now she's in therapy, so. So that's what I thought when I saw it.
Same.
It was so shocking. I just saw a TikTok, and it's still shocking people, of like a
it's the best.
12-year-old girl being like, they killed Jasper!
It's fun to watch those, like to see the people who have never seen it before, and actually they're filming them as they're watching that whole sequence. It always makes me stuff. And then I send it to them. They're like,
Yeah.
stop sending me Twilight stuff.
It's now your entire algorithm. Yeah, I loved it. I mean, my head didn't get cut off, and I feel like Alice had such a like cool moment and leaves for like a decent part of the film, and then got to come back in and really, she got to kick Aro in the face. It was pretty awesome. So I had fun. Again, I loved playing Alice. She got really cool moments.
I sometimes wonder where that head is now.
I
wake up in the
have it.
middle of the night. I picture it's on like Game of Thrones. Someone's like kicking it around. They just change the hair and like put scars in it.
Someone owns that and they sleep next to it.
Yeah. I wish I got to keep it. I would have put it in a jar. Like, this is my head from Twilight.
Welcome to my home.
I don't know where it is.
Thank you.
Great question, thank you.
Hello there.
Hello.
I'm Allie. Hi. Hello, Rat King. You're on yours.
The push, baby, the
The
push.
curtsy.
My question is actually about your head. The dolls in general, like the Renesmee original doll, and then for Ratatouille, for the Bella doll, like how was it like acting with the dolls or like the fake head?
I mean, I didn't have to act with the fake head. The hard part was doing the head. You have to like put this stuff all over your head. Like they put 2 straws up your nose, and then they do a mold of your whole entire head. So they put this clay like stuff all over your head, and then the liquid turns to like hard clay, and it starts to push up against your skin, so you start to feel claustrophobic. And the only thing that's keeping you alive are these 2 straws that if they fall out of your nose, you're like literally suffocating. So I started panicking and getting claustrophobic. I had to meditate. But what was the question? and then the Renesmee doll, I still don't understand it. Because I'm like, well, they could have CGI'd like a real baby. They put those dots on people's, or they.
Yeah.
I didn't understand why they had to make that doll, other than to kind of like mess with us.
To laugh at us.
That also keeps me up in the middle of the night. Like, I'm like,
That's
Renesmee,
so
the
creepy.
doll.
They have her in a glass case like the
Forks.
Annabelle doll
Right.
somewhere.
And Forks, I think.
Yeah,
They
so
do like
it's just so
moves
weird
and stuff.
looking.
They
Like,
have
if
her
someone's
locked
gonna
in.
make it-
Yeah,
If someone's gonna make it, they could have made it look.
it's
not
the creepiest
so
doll I've ever seen in my life.
That was an intern somewhere being like,
I mean, it was awesome. You did a great job.
no, it was very good.
Yeah, I want to know who made that. I mean, that should be like a documentary. Who made the Renesmee doll?
It's like MTV, you're like, where are they now?
Thank you.
Thank you.
Hi guys, I'm Stetson from Emerald, Texas.
That's it.
Nice to meet you. Well,
Cool
I've
name.
been a diehard fan since the beginning of Twilight and seen every midnight release, every premiere. And my question is the same one I think everybody here has. What's it gonna take for us to get a prequel or the Cullen spin-off HBO miniseries?
Meet the Cullen.
I think you're starting it right now. What you do, you guys
Make
blow
some
up
noise.
Lionsgate, you let them know, you let Stephanie Meyer and Fickle Fish Films, that's her company, you guys blow them up, you say, we want some more of the OG Twilight. That's right. And she'll see me.
Carlisle's 350. I don't think I look a day over 250. So I don't know. I think I still plan.
Yeah, I mean, they could just put dots on her face and make it show.
Like, I'll look like Renesmee.
That's the spin-off. Oh my god. No, in all honesty, I feel like we would love to do something. We talk often about how we would love to do our origin stories, and I think there's just so much to be explored there. So we would love to do it as much as you guys would love us to do it. We just have to get the green light.
Or what if we just did a bootleg? Would y'all support that? I'm not kidding. If I do something, I'll get in trouble.
We'll do it
Would
for
you help me? Yeah?
Yeah, let's do it.
All right. You pay, hey,
You paved the way, sir.
You paved the way. Call
We do-
Stetson.
Stetson Almanacs,
Stetson.
Emerald, Texas. Holla at me.
Yes, sir.
Thank you, Stetson. That
Okay,
was
guys.
great. Everybody get on any of your social medias and write into Lionsgate. It's time. It's time. Both
It's
of us.
time.
It's
It's
time.
time. Yeah.
Hi guys, I'm Nolan.
right off the bat here, why didn't we get more baseball in later movies?
Because it was so hard to shoot.
No one's as daring as Catherine Hardwick. That's why. That was
That's a great
lot.
answer.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Did you like it? Was that your favorite part?
Yeah.
We were playing last night. Didn't you hear the thunder?
Cool, thanks.
In the spin-off, we're gonna add more baseball. That's gonna be the number
In our
one thing.
bootleg.
In the
There's-
bootleg,
in the
yes,
bootleg,
correct.
there's baseball.
Hi there.
Hi, my name is Linda, Oklahoma. So I have a question for all of you, by the way. The movie was basically why I wanted to read, just FYI. It's the reason why I like to read all the time, so.
Amazing.
Awesome.
So, my question is, which one of you actors think you're the corniest in all 4 movies?
You say the corniest?
There's 5 movies. I'm a fan of Twilight. Somebody only reads books. I think I win.
Have you seen the last movie? Okay,
Spoiler alert, my head comes off.
And we still haven't found it.
I mean, I think I'm the corniest in real life. I'll tell you a funny story. Since we have 9 minutes. I mean, this is terrible. I don't know why I'm talking about this. When I was like 9, there was like, you know, they have like little lawn, what do you call it? Like little sales outside, like yard sales. Yeah. Back in my day, you couldn't call them yard sales.
Dude. Get out of LA, homie. Get out
Yard
of
sales.
LA.
Stay on these yard sales. And so I went to the next door neighbor and I bought a shirt. It was $1.50, and it said, "I'm horny." I thought it meant I'm corny. So I brought it home and everybody was giving me dirty looks. My sisters go, "Why are you wearing that shirt?" And I said, "I'm horny." I was 9. They're like, "Do you know what that means?" I go, "Yeah, I'm horny." See? And then they had to explain to me that, and so I also am in therapy now. And I was like, oh, I had to like get rid of the shirt because my grandmother was looking at me, my mom, everybody. Why would they even make that shirt?
So did you think an H was a C or that?
I didn't know the difference between horny and corny. I was
a
not.
letter, but
They didn't have internet back then.
no.
They had the Encyclopedia Brown. I had very limited resources.
But you knew what corny meant.
I know what corny
Did
meant.
you know what horny meant?
No. That's why I bought the shirt, because I thought it was corny. So I think I'm the corniest.
I need someone from this panel to draw a photo of Carlisle with that shirt, but then there's an X with a C on it.
I should have never
instead.
told that story, Doc.
I don't know how I feel.
Ever see a vampire blush?
I hope that answers your question.
Good, thank you.
Hi there.
Hi, I'm Jennifer.
Hi,
I'm a
Jennifer.
little nervous, so. So if you were able to do another book movie versus, would you be a villain or would you be a hero?
Like in any book?
Any book.
I feel like heroes last longer, so.
Very solid.
Some villains are baddie.
Yeah. You could be a good guy, turn bad, back to good. There you go.
Like the
I love to be the bad guy, honestly. That's you know, the backstory is always so much better. You know, it's like, look, I think it depends on the project. That's why I said, what kind of book, right? It's always very, very much about the character for me. There's been plenty of bad guys that I've turned down because I was like, I don't really like that level of what kind of bad they're doing. There's certain grossness to things that I just don't like, personally. But also, I don't know, yeah, it's definitely project by project based. But I make a good villain. Yeah. Have you seen Finding Carter? I'm such a sleazebag in that show. Oh my god. They actually wanted to keep me around for the next season, and I was like, no, you gotta kill this guy. I hate him so much. Like, I was taking the hottest showers I've ever taken at the end of those filming days. It was gross. And then the last ship, I was the bad guy for that season. They bring me in to be the bad guy in a lot of things. Yeah, I like it. Yeah, I'm like a nice guy. I got a creepy face.
Amanda! My name is Amanda. That really is throwing me because my name is Amanda. And I'm like, yes.
It's like, what?
I feel like morally gray heroes are fun.
Yeah, it's like the best of both worlds.
Well, everybody's a hero in their own story, even the bad guys. Look at Wicked, you know what I mean? They flip that, they made the bad guy the good guy. So I guess when you play a character that's bad, I never go to work going, I'm a bad guy. You always find what they think they're, the hero of their world.
And usually when I've met people who are like famous actors of like villains, they're always the nicest people. So
That's how they get their bad
I like
acting.
acting. Great question, thank you.
Hi, my name is Lindsay. I believe I met
Lindsay
Jackson
with an E.
Theater.
I remember you.
Yeah.
Because I spelled it with an A and I had to
You saw my graduation cap.
Sorry. Yes.
Oh,
I did it with an A. I misspelled it with an A and then I had to fix it. I'm sorry, it was a graduation cap too.
I mean,
But now
it's
a
okay,
good story.
Jackson. It's okay. Jackson tried to steal my Sharpie too.
Oh.
So
I thought we were friends.
yeah, I came to see you first.
Wait a second. You told me you came to see me first.
Hey,
Fight.
we drove my mom and I drove all the way from Missouri, and we got at 1 a.m. last night. It was just to see you.
How's the barbecue in Missouri?
We got the Kansas City barbecue.
Awesome.
Y'all sauce is the best. Sorry, keep going.
All right, so my question is, like, people have been kind of talking about like more serious stuff. I kind of want to like know like something like more funny or whatever, because
We've been talking about funny stuff the whole time. I don't think we've had one serious question. Go ahead.
Okay, so I want to know, out of which one of you, specifically Kellan, I have a specific scene for you. So who was the most notorious for breaking character because they couldn't help but laugh? And Kellan, your scene is, how many takes did you have to do in the last one when Aro does that weird laugh and you have to stand there and watch it? How hard is it not to laugh? That's what I mean.
I mean, after you crack up enough, you get it out. You just. But Rob broke character all the time, especially the baseball scene because he's not athletic, so I just haze him. Anytime I bump into him or we do stunts, you can see in the movie he flips me off because I'm just making fun of his lack of athleticism. But he's hilarious too. Rob's a really fun
guy.
Yeah, guy. So yeah,
He's such a good actor too, but he would do the line "Super Edward" and then he would just break characters, start laughing, and
you'd always think he sucks.
Yeah, and he always feels so.
You're just like
brought in. Like you're so good. Like why? But he's like, oh, that was terrible.
Very self-deprecating.
Yeah, he's fun.
Thank you.
Unfortunately, we only have time for one more question.
Let's make a yes or no speed round. Yes or no speed
We
round.
can get a few more. Let's speed
Yeah,
round it,
that's
all right?
fine.
Come on, we can got it.
Yeah,
Let's go.
Hi, my name is Abby. I'm getting married in September, and me and my fiance were talking about what to put in our wedding vows. He jokingly said if I mentioned Twilight in my vows, he'd say no. So if you could put one thing in my wedding vows, serious, what would it be?
A yes or no question.
You should just throw in, just be like, it's time for us to embark on the rest of our lives together. And
I hope I find the will to be together forever.
It's great.
Did you say bite me?
Yeah, when they say, do you take this, to be your betrothed other, you say, bite me.
Great question.
Have a great wedding.
Congratulations.
We got a couple more.
Congratulations.
Sublime shirt, love it.
My name is Bailey, and my question is, what was your favorite Twilight film to shoot or be in?
Yes, Twilight. Next.
All of us picked Twilight, yeah.
Because it was
Sentimental.
it's the blue.
Yeah.
The blue gets one.
Great question.
Nostalgia.
Twilight.
Okay, my question has to do with the fandom. Do you guys ever read any of the fan fictions?
All the literotica. It's great.
That's right.
Especially with Emmett and Rosalie. It's great.
Buy any of the books or do you follow any of the fans that have become famous? And I'm not talking about that movie. I'm talking about other fan fictions that have become famous.
Like 50 Shades of Grey, or?
Yeah. That have become movies and stuff.
I'm a good little Christian Texas boy. So some of them made me blush a little bit too much. I've got sent things that I didn't want to see or read, you know what I mean?
I feel like basically.
We have all the
I'm pretty sure you're an author yourself, aren't you? You know, that's what this is, by the way. She's just trying to... Just say it. Say it. What's yours? What's yours?
Not yet. It's coming soon, though. That's fantastic.
Like all the girls, all the talent that has come out of Twilight. Do you guys have followed?
I've watched the movies, like I've done the short films I've watched, and I thought they were really, really well done. I haven't done any of the literature, but the short films I've watched, and I think they're fantastic.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
All right, little
Probably,
ladies.
yeah.
Is our last question,
You can pop,
folks?
can someone actually pop that on her? Thank you.
First, I want to say.
Come over here. Come up here. Come over here.
He won't bite.
First, I want to say congratulations to Ashley and Jackson for their baby.
We didn't read that fan fiction.
What interaction stuck with Ashley the most?
Who was what? Oh yeah, you're pretty high up there. You're so adorable. It's different every day. I honestly am so blown away by the fact that our fans are still so incredibly loyal and that we were able to make such an impact in their lives through these characters. And so it happens very often that I'm almost brought to tears by the fact that you guys are just so incredible and that we get to be a part of your lives in this way. So
Thank you.
Nice shirt. And what is your question? Your name and your question?
My name is Nadia, and my question is...
Oh, I love the preparation.
Oh, your mom wrote this.
yeah, you guys are definitely our favorite.
What is your favorite memory with Robert Pattinson on set?
We cuddled to stay warm once.
Oh my gosh, we shared a bag of M&Ms. That's pretty great. I think seeing him trying to be athletic in anything was maybe one of our favorites.
I
Things
like
to see.
Say I taught him to play baseball. It's like when we did the first week, it was like we had to like all train, and I'd be like, okay, Rob, so like as a dad, I'm trying to teach him. Like, all right, now get down on your knees.
Catch with your son.
And he'd be like, get down, like, crouch down.
You know what's funny too?
Great.
We would all hang out after set, and
Yeah.
there's a lot of musicians. Rob, Kristen would play the trumpet, Jackson,
Like you would sing
and
sometimes.
we'd all they'd all play together. We'd all be in one room, just talking about the day. And then when the paparazzi started coming after we shot the first one came out, we really couldn't leave that much, so we really just took over the whole apartment complex or whatever. And
We would hang out and play Twilight, the board game.
I won.
But I do remember Rob playing on open mic night.
Yeah.
And Jackson too. You played too, and it was so fun. That's a great memory.
Yeah.
The first one, where it was an empty bar, no one knew who we were, what we were doing, and they would get up and just play. And it was just like it was so fun.
All right, guys, thank
That
you.
was a great question. Thank you so much. And we don't have time. What is the answer to the
We have a
barbecue?
question. Answer. All right, come on.
Texas barbecue is dry rub, so it's only seasoning and like maybe mustard as a binder. And then Oklahoma barbecue, you actually put barbecue sauce on it. There's no barbecue sauce on Texas.
Give it up for Oklahoma barbecue. And one more round of applause for our wonderful cast from Twilight. Peter Facinelli, Ashley Greene, Jackson Rathbone, Kellan Lutz. Thank you all so much for joining.
One big picture.
Yes.